The tough thought for me, as a youth pastor, as a dad, as somebody that just generally cares about people, that, I have my past just like everybody else. But the tough thought and the struggle and the thing I fight every day is to make a decision, to make choices. Just like you, I make choices. I make some good choices, I make bad choices. But see, in the garden, when everything started, when God planted Adam and Eve in the garden, in the first place God ever created was perfect. It says there were two trees. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and the tree of life. And in the Bible, we see that God told Adam and Eve, his children, do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or the knowledge of good and bad. Eat of the tree of life every day. You and I have to realize that storms come, that rain, lightning, thunder, bad moments happen every day because you live in a world where people focus on good and bad. They eat of that tree all the time. God says in the scriptures that He came to give us life and life more abundantly. He sent His Son Jesus to die for us and to show us the best way to live. I've said it over and over and over again, that when you learn how to choose the life choice over the good and bad choice, the storms are not as often, and you weather them a whole lot easier. In the month of July, God has given Exodus Youth Ministry the opportunity to partake of three things that are in the garden. The place of life. Angela Thomas is coming to speak to all the girls for free on a Saturday night. We've got a missions trip planned, and we've got a beach trip planned. Each thing has an element of life, but they're all being judged on the basis of good or bad. Some are saying this is a good opportunity or this is a bad opportunity. Or maybe you're not saying the opportunity is bad. Maybe you're saying something like, I don't see why I would have to, or I don't think I should, or I would rather do this, or I can do that all the time. Why don't you and I become people that look at the choices in our life, no matter if it's three easy choices to make or three big choices to make, and say, what is the best life choice? What is the best thing that gives God glory? Not what is the best or good thing for me, or what is the bad thing, or what do I agree with or what I don't. Because when you get into the scriptures, you realize that Eve was that type of person. She looked at the fruit and saw with her own eye that it was good to eat. True, it was good. But it was the wrong life choice. Because God said, eat of the tree of life, not of that one. And throughout the scriptures, if you would listen with your heart, and you would read with the eyes of God, and if you would listen with the ears that God is giving you, then you would understand some choices, whether good, are not the best life choice. Sometimes God has asked you to die to what you want to do what He has asked you to do. You have to make that choice. I can't make it for you, and other people can't force you into making choices. Ultimately, you will make a choice of which tree to eat from. In July, you will make a choice. Which thing do I do? It's my prayer that you would choose the one that gives life away and also gives life to you. It may be a sacrifice, but who says we can't sacrifice? The Bible commands us to, whether good or bad. My son loves apples, but it's not the only fruit out there. July, August, September, every month is a choice. Lots of them. As an adult, as a husband, as a father, as a minister, I pray that you would start to look at all your choices as life and not good or bad.